I saw verified accounts post this information. And Michael Thomas, you know who Michael Thomas is? You guys don't, you can't guard Mike. You know the most receptions in one season guy. You know him. He reposted the thing saying Brady and Peyton could team up in New Orleans next year. So.
Of course you would like that. I mean, if that was my team, I'd be like, yeah, please.
We'll get to the Saints. Let's get back to this.
Welcome back, everyone, to Check the Stats, your weekly sports podcast. I am Hamza, along with Harry.
Yo.
And Taj.
What's up?
And let's get into Week 17 with the Cowboys facing off the Titans. And
jump right into it.
Yeah, in a crazy matchup. I think
Dak's out, right? Or sorry, Ryan Tannehill's out, right?
Yeah.
What effect is that going to make on
I mean,
I think the Cowboys
he's better than Malik Willis. Come on.
For sure.
Malik Willis is...
But
like I feel like
better
when I watch him
ball?
play, I sometimes feel bad for him because he's like a little too raw,
Yeah.
and like he probably shouldn't be playing in an NFL game. But I don't know, man. I don't see how the Titans can win this game.
Yeah, me neither.
I really don't. Even if they had Tannehill, like it might be a little bit closer. But I mean, right now the Cowboys are favored by 10, and they're playing at Titans, so that should tell you everything.
I know Parsons was questionable.
If you're a 10-point underdog at home, then you're not a good football team.
I know Parsons was questionable. Is he playing?
He'll probably play, but he probably won't play like every single snap. You know, they'll probably rest him like a series here and there, if he's, not 100%. Because it says limited for a hand injury, so he probably won't.
But I don't. Derrick Henry's doubtful, right? I don't think he's playing. So that's
nah, he's gonna play. I think he'll play.
I don't think he'll play much though.
He's limited. It's not like he's doubtful. He's limited, but. Bro, he's the best player on the team. Like, if he doesn't play, who else is gonna play? So
I think a lot of players right now is gonna be. Like,
everyone's banged up. It's week 17.
It's banged up, and they're gonna play through injuries. I mean, you have.
It's week 17, bro. It's playoff time.
What's his name from the Eagles? The Eagles' best tackle, according to Sirianni, he has
Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
He's
abdominal injury, and he still wants to play. He's delaying surgery.
I don't think he's gonna play though.
He's delaying surgery though. He's hoping.
I mean, he'll delay. But he
playoffs.
shouldn't play though. If you're like your best lineman, you just rest him until the playoffs. Because if you don't have your best lineman, then your line is completely different.
According to him, he's the best tackle out there. So
he's up there, bro. I think in like the past couple of years, he's only allowed like 1 sack or 0 sacks. So Lane Johnson,
I think since 2020,
Lane Johnson is definitely up there. But let's get back to this game.
I mean, I brought in the Eagles just to say that the Cowboys beat them.
It's a Thursday night primetime game.
Yeah.
So bright lights, Malik Willis and the bright lights. I low-key think the Cowboys might win by more than 10. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah.
It might be my Bet US pick of the week. Might be Cowboys.
If their offense is clicking and their defense is doing what they normally do, then I don't see why.
If the Cowboys did half of what they did last week against the Eagles, and they should blow the Titans out.
You saw what CeeDee Lamb did last week.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb is number one receiver now. For sure.
But that's Dallas' biggest problem sometimes is when they get like a really, really big win, then they kind of fall down to earth next week.
They just need
like
to
what happened with the Bears that 1 week, and the next week they kind of folded.
They either play up to the team they're playing if it's a good team, or down
to them.
They always make
weird.
it weird. I don't want to say a good game, but they always make it a close game. Somehow. I don't know why.
Somehow, some way.
They try to match up.
But we all saying Dallas.
All right, bro. Be the odd man now. Go ahead.
Be real.
Give the Titan fans some hope.
I told you I took the Cowboys last week, and look what they did. Now I'm taking the Titans.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, bro.
I feel like my luck is rubbing off on
don't try to be
some
God.
of these teams. I feel like what's his name? I think he'll still come in and play Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he has to play.
I think he's just.
If he doesn't play, it's gonna be way more than 10 points. He's like the whole offense at this point.
There is nobody else. There's nobody else.
I don't think they're stopping him like that. So.
All right, we'll move on to the next game. This is also predicted to be a blowout. Chiefs versus Broncos. They're playing at Chiefs, and the Chiefs are favored by 13.5 points.
Didn't Broncos
You know
drop?
how wild that is?
Didn't they drop?
Patrick Mahomes this year has 37 touchdowns. Our boy Russell Wilson has 11 or 12. Sorry.
Patrick Mahomes is also leading the league in yards. He has 4,700 yards right now, and the next closest person has 4,200. So he's up 500 yards on the next quarterback.
Just give him the MVP at this point.
Yeah.
Well, Kelsey has 1,200.
They just got beat 51-14.
What you call a good system? Every player plays to their strengths.
So they just got beat by
I don't really
Baker
know
Mayfield,
how much
bro.
more we can talk about this game. Like
You can't, bro.
the Broncos are
shambles.
4-11. Is Russell Wilson benched? All right.
No.
Did I get bamboozled, or was that actually him getting cut from the team?
No.
You got bamboozled.
You got
I'm pretty sure I got
bamboozled.
bamboozled.
What's wrong with
That
I
would-
saw it too. I was like, that
You know how
can't
much-
be true. I
you know
brushed
how
off
much
by it. I was
dead
like, ain't
money.
no
You know how
way.
much dead money they would have to eat?
Yeah.
Not way too
I
much.
was like, ain't no way they're dropping.
All right, so that's that.
But I mean,
The Broncos points per game is 15.
with
Guess
hit-
what the Chiefs is? Very
like
close to 30.
Yeah,
29.
Jesus. They've been scoring. 30
Literally,
like every game.
yeah, right here. Denver is last in the league in points scored per game, and Kansas City is second in the league.
That's
It's literally
horrendous.
the complete opposite. And points allowed, yeah, Denver's up there like in seventh. So they're allowing 20 points per game. That's not terrible. 'Cause every team nowadays is gonna score 20 points, but
You got hella talent.
the Kansas City defense is allowing 22. So I mean, their defense is not amazing,
Yeah.
but
The Broncos, they're
against the
shambolic.
Broncos.
I know, I know,
they should
I know.
They should be able to hold
they
them up.
have nobodies. They have
Yeah.
nobodies.
And
so
again, the Rams put up 51 points just last week. So what do you think the Chiefs are
how
gonna
is that
do?
even possible?
I-
Baker Mayfield with a bunch of backups,
That's exactly what I
no
was saying.
Aaron Donald, and score 51 points.
That's what
It's a good quarterback right there.
Here we go.
No.
I don't-
Where was that?
I know he's a good
Cleveland.
quarterback. He's a solid quarterback, but I think the Broncos just gave up.
No.
I think like they had too many like
Yeah.
interim problems. You guys saw that show on the sideline. The
It's
backup
been
quarterback.
going on. It's
The
been going
backup
on, though.
quarterback was yelling at the lineman to
Yeah.
protect Russell Wilson, bro. It's like, what can you do? He has 12 touchdowns the entire year.
His
We're in
line-
week 17 and he has 12 touchdowns. The
9
quarterback,
interceptions.
the star quarterback.
His linemen were
Mahomes
yelling
has
at him.
37 and Russell Wilson has 12. So I can't be mad at like players on the sidelines getting fed up, right? Because the defense have been doing their job all year long.
Yeah.
The players on offense, yeah, it hasn't been the best offense, but I mean they're still all trying. They've been trying, right? For 17 weeks, someone's gonna snap. Someone's gonna snap, right?
It's been happening here and there.
Losing-
though. Even
losing-
the linemen breaking down on
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Losing creates like problems. Like
Yeah, of
winnings literally solves all the problems. Like
Yeah.
if you have any beef, any problems with anybody, winning cures everything. So
So what's the
it's
issue? though?
unfortunate for the Broncos.
What's the issue? Because the line was yelling at Russell Wilson a few weeks
What's
back.
the issue with the team? Or
And
what's
now, and now the backup quarterback is yelling at the linemen. Like who
I don't think the Lions
who
doing
is
a
it?
great
Is
job.
it the
Russell
coach?
Wilson
No,
doesn't
the
have
line-
Russell
he
Wilson?
needs
Is
to.
it the line?
you could look it up. You could look it up. Any staff for the past 4 or 5 doesn't matter how many years. The Broncos O line has not been good
Yeah.
for a while
Awful.
now. For a while now,
That's a-
since they had like Peyton Manning. Like I don't even think they've had
I
a
see it.
above average.
Russell
like,
Wilson's a
O-line.
good scrambler, but like
He's not as
every
young.
single play, and then plus you have receivers where your chemistry isn't the best. It's your first
Yeah.
year there.
Mm.
I mean, there are a lot of little things. That's not a little thing. Your line needs to improve.
Like
Your quarterback needs to have a good
his line
but-
is not good, and then at the same time, Wilson is known for like escaping and
Mhm.
throwing
Yeah.
like I don't know, like improvised plays, but he doesn't do that as well anymore.
Mhm.
It
He's
looks
older.
like he's aged like 6 years,
He's way old.
even though he's like really not that old. But like somehow he lost like a step or two of quickness, and he just looks completely different. And I mean, I feel bad for the Broncos, bro. They came into the year. They had like some analysts, not us,
some hype.
some media out there, and some people were like, Broncos are Super Bowl bound. The Broncos are gonna win the division over the Chiefs. The Broncos are gonna do this. The Broncos are gonna do that.
Oh,
I
the
think
Chiefs is crazy.
even if you go back to our like old episodes, we were like, the Broncos are gonna be good, but none of us thought they were gonna be better than the Chiefs.
Ain't no way.
So sucks how their year turned out, but
Mhm.
The Chiefs is gonna obliterate.
Always
them.
next
I don't
year.
think-
I'm taking the Chiefs by. I'll take the Chiefs by.
I don't even know what they can improve next year.
No, they can improve. That's not a question, but I'll take the Chiefs by 14.
I was
They keep
gonna
a
say- I was-
14
I was
valid.
gonna say the same.
I'll say
thing.
blowout.
Blowout.
is like
All of us
14.
blowout. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Easy. All right. Moving on to another division matchup. Should be a good game. The Dolphins versus Patriots.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for Tua.
That's like
Yo.
third time.
3.
Yo, people are saying like he should like retire, bro.
I mean, 3
His-
times
The doctors telling.
People
in
are
one
like,
season.
people are-
Doctors are telling. him to
They're saying
retire.
like why risk anything? But I mean,
Yeah.
if it looks like he does, and a lot of people love football like the way he does, so
Yeah.
he'll probably be like, nah, I'm gonna keep
Oh,
playing.
yeah,
I'm
for
gonna keep
sure.
playing.
That's for sure. That's his.
He's still getting started in his career, and he's gotten like 2 or 3 like insane concussions.
within the same year, which is insane.
Yeah, when you have like 1 and 2, they're like, okay, you're
Take time off.
like, yeah, you need to relax. And he got like a third one, and people are like, oh, you need to like,
Stop. Stop.
like,
Yeah.
you're one more concussion away from like not remembering anything.
But your brain during when you get a concussion is jelly
You can
in like a fucking.
you can get concussion from like even body hits because
It's whiplash.
is this still your brain is still
The thing is,
shaking inside the
he's
brain.
just-
The helmet is just protecting the
He's
skull.
just
Your brain is
so
still getting
he's just so
banged up.
like I don't want to say fragile, but like he's just a smaller player. So he
Yeah.
gets ragdolled a lot compared to like Mahomes is like 6'4",
Yeah,
6'5".
or Allen.
Josh Allen is
You're not
6'5".
doing that with
Burrow's
Allen.
like what 6'4", like
Yeah.
Brady's 6'5", 6'6". They're not getting when they get thrown on the ground, they know how to fall. They're falling
Yeah.
on their shoulder. When Tua falls, like a lot of the time, like when they swing him down, like
Yeah.
he just gets like ragdoll. His head just hits the back of the.
Does that? I think
Like,
they were talking
it's a
about bringing
force.
back the neck brace, like the linebacker neck
Still,
brace,
I
the
mean,
whiplash
how
protection.
much can that do?
It's
A lot. It really
Yeah,
does help.
both players this
On
big.
2 of the 3 concussions that he got, everything that happened was he landed on his back and then his head
His
bounced
head
off the
snapped
ground.
back. His head snapped back.
If you can stop that snap, then I'm pretty
what
sure you can
It's
help.
still gonna hurt your
I don't
neck
think
or something.
it's gonna solve everything, but maybe it would help.
Yeah.
It
to
definitely help.
some degree, but like even with Russell Wilson or Kyler Murray, they did not get like
Not like that. That's what I'm
they
saying.
did not get
I'm
punished.
saying
Like
he's-
this.
he's-
He's way smaller.
I don't know, like how is he weak or he doesn't know how to get sacked? Like they give you like
Give up on the
classes and
play.
pointers on how to get
Yeah.
sacked. Like they tell you how to fall down. But I don't blame. It's not like I'm blaming him for his concussion.
No.
But I'm just saying like
It's
maybe
just
he
a
should.
risk to his health.
Maybe he should retire. Maybe he should take a year or 2 off. Maybe like see how he feels because obviously he's gonna be like, I feel good. I'm
Yeah.
ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, but then you don't know when that's gonna happen again. You're
and
on
then
the
it's-
field
it's-
every week.
It could be life threatening the next time it happens,
Yeah.
right? So
That's what you're most concerned about. I mean, he's a great quarterback.
we'll keep
nonetheless.
he's a great guy too.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye out for that.
But
See what
now,
happens there. But
Bridgewater is stepping out.
yeah.
Yeah, going back to the game.
Here we
Big
go.
Teddy.
Teddy versus Jones,
two,
baby.
Teddy Two Gloves.
It's
It's my boy. I still like Teddy Bridgewater, bro. I still
He's
like him.
good.
He's a nice guy. He's good back, quarterback, good game manager. He came in for the Saints a few years ago, went like what 5-0, 6-0.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. The coordinator knows what he's doing. They've already played a few games with each other, when
Yeah.
Tua was hurt before. So
He didn't do bad at all.
yeah,
Like
he didn't
200?
No,
He's a
not
good
at all.
backup.
Not at all. He knows
Almost
he knows what to
200
do.
yards?
He knows what to do. So the Patriots are still favored by 2.5. I mean, they're
Mhm.
playing at Patriots, so home field advantage. It's
Bill
gonna be a
Belichick,
It's gonna be a cold game. It's a New Year's
Yeah.
game.
The Pats might take
But-
this one.
I know. You would want to say the Pats, but
Yeah.
Mac Jones has 9 touchdowns the entire year.
Mhm.
We thought Russell Wilson 12 was terrible. He has 9. He doesn't even have 3,000 yards. He has 2,000 yards, 2,500.
Yeah. People were expecting him to be up there this year.
I don't know what happened to the Patriots, bro. Like you could be bad. You could have bad players,
I don't know.
but they just play like
Bad.
God awful.
disgusting. Like
Yeah.
there's no offensive scheme. I don't know.
Which
I
is
don't get it.
surprising coming from Bill Belichick.
Like yeah, he
You don't
should
expect that at all.
he should be able to figure out something on offense. Or he should be able to figure out who to hire to help, right? Like Matt Patricia hasn't done jack shit. Like he came back and they've probably gotten even worse. Like letting Josh McDaniels. Yeah, I think it's Josh
Yeah.
McDaniels. They let him go to the Raiders, like to be their head coach, and now the Patriots are just stuck with nothing.
They haven't won since that
I don't think
Jets game.
I don't think Mac Jones is 9 touchdowns bad. I just think he's in a bad system. I think he's
yeah.
in a bad system.
Maybe the weapons around him is not that good.
Terrible.
So,
Who's his best receiver? Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
And Jacoby Myers on most of the good teams in the league, he'd probably be the 3rd best receiver
Yeah.
on a lot of teams.
So he's playing with third string.
He's playing with bums. He's not bums, but he's not. He doesn't.
Still, it's not good.
Every young quarterback.
But- Okay,
like,
but-
think about it. Every young quarterback that when they bring in a veteran receiver who's like a top like number like not I'm like he's a solid number 1 receiver.
Mhm.
Their numbers like double. Like look, Tua they brought in Tyreek and Jalen
Yeah.
Waddle. Jalen Hurts they brought in AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Mahomes, I mean, he had Tyreek, but I mean, even this year they brought in Juju and all these other guys. Burrow, they brought in Jamar Chase the year after. I don't even know who else like to name. Like Kyler Murray, they brought in DeAndre Hopkins. We saw his numbers go up last year. Like every young quarterback, they need the number 1 guy because
That's very
that's
true.
their security blanket. That's who they know is going to be in the right spot.
Yeah.
Mac Jones doesn't have that, bro. He has Jacoby Myers and who else? I don't even know. Devontae Parker, bro. Like
I was gonna mention
it's not all his fault.
I was gonna mention how Justin Herbert hasn't had
Herbert has Keenan Allen and Mike
Yeah,
Williams,
before,
bro.
Before a few weeks he only had backups
And he was still balling.
able to-
He's
so-
throwing He's throwing to Joshua Palmer, and
Yeah.
he's getting like 300 yards a game.
Slinging it, and he managed like
Mac
almost
Jones.
So, yeah,
300
we
yards.
Mac Jones is not.
We
Justin
know
Herbert.
Jones
No,
is.
no.
we
Justin
know-
Herbert's very.
We know
good.
he's not as talented as those other guys,
but
but
it can be like
he still needs help. Bro.
Yeah.
Like you can't. All the best quarterbacks still have help. Like Brady has Evans and Godwin. Like all these guys, they have weapons. He doesn't have weapons. That's my main argument
Yeah.
as to why they're terrible. The roster is shit. The roster is shit.
they got to get him like somewhat of a superstar talent on the receiving
You
end.
have
at
to.
least. Like
You have
like
to.
somehow somebody.
He's not
OBJ to
Brady.
the Patriots?
Yeah.
Who?
OBJ?
Why would he do that?
Weren't y'all hopeful to get him?
Who's y'all?
Commanders?
Yeah.
Commanders?
Come on.
Come on, bro.
He wouldn't come to DC. If he came to DC, bro, hey, lit.
He was.
We'll go to Rose Bar.
If last year we didn't have Trevor Siemian as our quarterback for half the season, OBJ would have came.
Here we go.
All right, bro.
He said that.
Y'all
He
were
was-
supposed to have
he-
Tom Brady. Y'all were supposed to have
Hey,
Russell
hey,
Wilson,
hey,
Tom Brady's
EJ.
Hey,
Tom
I've
Brady.
seen credible rumors out there that Tom Brady and Sean Payton could be coming back
To the Saints?
to the Saints next
Wow,
year.
To the
50
Saints.
50 years old, Tom Brady.
I
Sean
saw
Payton, who
I
said-
saw verified accounts post this information.
Mm.
And Michael Thomas, you know who Michael Thomas is? You guys
I
know,
don't
you know,
know
you
Michael
can't guard
Thomas.
Mike. You know the most receptions in one season guy. You know him. He reposted the thing saying Brady and Peyton could team up in New Orleans next year. So
Of course you would like that. I mean, if that was my team, I'd be like, yeah, please.
we'll get to the Saints. You know, let's get back to this division game.
He's about to go from the biggest Tom Brady hater to the biggest Tom Brady fucking
No.
stan.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
If he does come, you got to get a Brady jersey.
Drew Brees, Tom Brady,
Don't say
greatest
that.
hate.
Don't say that.
You have to get a
That's
Brady
cap.
jersey.
That's
when he
cap.
comes.
That's cap. All right, but who are we picking this game? Teddy Bridgewater or Mac Jones?
I'm going
Teddy
Tyreek Hill.
Teddy Bridgewater. He can make the throws and he has receivers.
I don't know, but I feel like
And the
somehow,
better
somewhat-
offensive head coach
That too.
and game plan.
Yeah.
And McDaniel is good.
The Pats somehow they could pull this off, but the thing is, the last 5 matchups, Miami's won 4 of them.
Yeah.
So,
Also, the Pats haven't won since that Jets game in November. So,
but it's a division game. Anything can happen. That's
yeah,
that's what we
true.
always
That's
say. Every
true.
division
That's
game
true.
is unpredictable, but I'm still gonna
to some degree, I feel like the Pats kind of given up on the season. To some degree.
to some degree, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take the
yeah,
Dolphins.
I'm going.
We all taking Dolphins.
Same.
It's yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting game, though. I think.
Yeah,
Brady-
I don't think
Brady-
I don't think it's gonna be high scoring.
No, definitely not.
Can't be.
I
I,
think
mean,
like
maybe.
a 17.
no, like it
10
could
game.
be like if
It's
they
either
pop
going to be
off,
a blowout
Yeah.
or a very low scoring win.
or watch
for-
somehow the Patriots offense
Yeah.
spark and the Miami defenses fall apart and it's like a 24-21 game. You know,
I feel
that's not bad. I'll take
I
that.
feel like it's like a 17-10, 20-10,
Yeah,
13. Something
not
like
not
that.
too high scoring.
No, no,
couple
no.
touchdowns.
The most I think they'll crack is like 24 points,
Yeah,
maybe. But yeah, we're going all Dolphins, right?
yeah. All going Dolphins.
Fins up.
All right, shut no say that. We're gonna move on to the next game. It's a pretty interesting game.
No.
The New Orleans Saints versus the 13-2 Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles. Let's go to the next game.
Come on, bro. It's not that easy.
Cowboys just put up a
The
40.
Chiefs,
Jalen Hurts has
hold on.
3,000
The
yards.
Chiefs and Broncos, that game, the Chiefs were favored by 13.5. The Cowboys and Titans game, the Cowboys were favored by 10. The 13-2 Eagles are playing the Saints, and they're only favored by 7. I'll take that. At home, at Eagles.
They're without their best tackle too.
7 is, not terrible, bro. 7 is not terrible. So
I don't know.
Philly is number 1 in the league in points scored per game. And their defense is 10th in the league in points allowed. So amazing offense and top 10 defense pretty much.
They just beat the Brown. When y'all didn't believe, I told you Kamara
That's
was
true.
gonna come out there and just bust it down.
That's true. I did say the Saints were going to lose last week, but
Say that again.
They were down.
Say that.
They were down 10-0, bro.
I think it's
The
only
Saints-
7 because I don't know if they're going to start Jalen
If you guys
Hurts.
were watching the game, like the
Yeah.
Saints were down 10-0 and we're like, this
Yep.
shit is looking over. And they scored 17 straight and it ended up being 17-10. I don't know how, but
Just gotta believe.
they believed. They did definitely believed. What did you say?
Take some.
I don't think
too.
Jalen Hurts playing.
He's questionable. It's not confirmed or not, but
They had.
But Minshew or Jalen Hurts, I think.
I hope.
I think the 7 point is if Minshew plays, but if Jalen Hurts plays, it's going to be more than that.
Again, the Saints have like 8-9 players out. And
That's fine. We know this.
The Eagles only have 3 or
It's tank
4.
year. It's okay.
It's not a tank year. We still have a chance to make the playoffs,
but like
No, we have like no chance. We have like we have like a 10%. We have like a 10% chance, but
It's maybe the
5-10% chance.
Panthers lose next week. Saints
We need
win.
we need the Bucks to lose either like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
When there's only like 2 games left. We need them to either lose out
Hold-
or it's over. Pretty much, we need the Bucks to lose out.
I mean, the Bucks and Panthers are playing next week, so
I mean,
like,
yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. So
and then they play the Falcons.
let's just talk about this game. Let's talk about this game. Let's say Jalen Hurts doesn't play.
I don't think
Okay, let's say he
is.
doesn't play.
Gardner Minshew, baby.
What's happening in this game?
Well, I think Sanders is gonna get at least 200 yards.
200
I'm just
at
kidding.
least.
Like 150. You guys have a good defense still. Even with
150?
150 is a
150.
lot.
Yeah.
150.
Bro, he's insane. If not him, then AJ Brown.
Bro,
You're not stopping both of them.
are you insane?
Some say yeah, but like
Nah.
I
you
think
said
it's gonna be a
150 yards from Miles Sanders. That's not happening.
it's possible.
It's not happening.
It's
So
possible. He's 11.
I'll go out and say
11 touchdowns.
it's going to be a close game, probably the whole way, and the Eagles will pull it out at the end. That's what's going to happen.
I'll say Sanders has 2 touchdowns.
They just scored like almost 40 points against the Cowboys, and they have a really good defense. And like they almost won that game with Gardner Minshew. So if Gardner's in there, he's a good quarterback. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And our head coach does not know what he's doing most of the time. So I'm not assuming.
Some said that about Sean Payton towards the end of his years.
Who said that? Bring up the film.
it's somewhere in the archives.
Sean Payton almost took us to the playoffs with like 60 injuries. So okay, we need Sean
Towards
Payton.
the end of the year, we were questioning his play calling. Remember?
Okay, you can question play calling, but he's still a Hall of Famer. You know, I take him.
He's gone.
I take
He
him
didn't
all
coach.
day.
He
I
doesn't
take him
wanna
all
play no
day.
more.
Saints
You
win.
don't have any proof of me saying all
Here
that.
we go.
It's on the tapes. It's on archives.
So go find it. Go find it. Because I never say
we'll-
I never
we'll
say anything that drastic.
If you bring
Maybe it
me,
was set off record.
if
Maybe
you-
it was set off
if
record.
you
Yeah, now
bring
we set
me-
off record.
If you bring me back the tape, I'll put it on.
Yeah, if you
I'll
if you
find
if
it.
you
I'll
look
find
it, if
it.
you look it up, I'll post it. But I didn't say all
I
that.
will include it in the video somewhere.
I bet.
Here.
I didn't say all that. But
Can this be personal? You
There
know,
we go.
yeah, it
personal-
could be personal, bro.
personal.
No. Here's some evidence.
All right, yes,
Either way.
that's my prediction, bro.
No, he's not getting 150.
All right, maybe not
Eagles-
150, but
I
touchdown or
think
2.
Eagles will win by 6. That's what I think is gonna happen. Just in the last like quarter or two, the Eagles will pull away because we suck at those close game scenarios,
Yeah.
situational play. That's not our strong suit because
Yeah.
our coach is a fucking defensive head coach, so he doesn't know what he's doing on offense. So Eagles by 6 is my prediction.
That's good.
Eagles
Unfortunately,
by
you're taking the
Eagles by 10.
taking the Saints by 3.
Okay,
The Cowboys did all that. I mean, I think the Saints can do something.
Saints can do something, bro. If they're clicking on offense, they can definitely do
they
something.
have to click on defense too,
Because Taysom Hill is that boy.
Yeah.
If Taysom Hill can get going downhill, Kamara can get going. I know we say it every game, but if those two can get going, bro, they're a hard team to stop.
is
'Cause they can do-
Olave still out?
Olave did not practice. Yeah, I don't think he's going to play. He's probably like a 50-50, but there's no need to risk him
there's
because of
a chance.
a
but,
mostly pointless game.
but I also think the Eagles are going to come out there trying to get this dub to secure the
Hell yeah.
the spot and then secure.
Even
the
then, the Eagles and Saints
advantage.
games are always chippy.
Yeah.
They don't like each other.
It's just like that.
CJ Gardner Johnson got
Yeah.
traded to Philly. I don't know if he's playing. He might be hurt still. Let's see. Oh no, he's not on the injury report, so I think he's probably gonna play.
They're just missing their best tackle. Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's gonna
Jalen.
be a fight. It's gonna be a fight
Yeah.
or two in this game. These games are always chippy. They've played the past few years, so
Saints up.
let's move on to the next matchup of the week.
Here we go.
The Cleveland Browns versus the
Commando.
Washington Commanders.
Let's go, Commanders. Let's go.
What's gonna happen here?
We're going to win.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just flat out.
Flat out.
The
Maybe not
Commanders-
flat out. It's
the
going to be a close
The
game.
Commanders are only favored by 2, and they're playing at home.
I think Heineke's. I don't know if we're going to stick with him.
Oh yeah, so who's gonna start this week?
I'm not sure, actually.
They didn't say it.
They brought Carson back.
Carson's back, but I don't know if he's starting.
They didn't say anything.
Honestly, you shouldn't at this point. Why would you do that to Heineke again?
But I mean,
Two,
they
two
gave
years-
What has
Wentz.
Heineke done?
Two
Wentz started the year as a starter.
2 years in a row.
Recently. No, Heineke's done really
It's been
good.
like 3 years in a row. Heineke keeps getting shafted,
You
But-
just put him in. It's like, yeah, Heineke's so good, but I don't.
and
think
then
we-
like
I don't
3,
think we're gonna
4,
keep him.
3, 4, 5 weeks, and
Yeah.
then just bench him again.
Man, just I don't think.
It's
I
been
don't
the
think
same
he can do
cycle.
it.
It's been the same
He's
cycle.
not that QB. He's not this. He's not that. And then you put in whoever the fuck else you got, and then you put him back in, and then the season's over.
I don't know why they took out Heineke last week. Like they were playing bad, but it wasn't his fault.
It's not.
He had like a second and a half to throw every. Like you have Nick Bosa, the defensive player of the year. Like you can't be too mad at Heineke for like fumbling and throwing a pick. The Niners are an amazing team,
but they do that with every mistake he makes.
I think they did that just to see
see if they like a spark, see if there's a spark or something.
Yeah, kind of seeing if bringing him back is worth it. Because they don't know who to start with or go with right now.
The 49ers have been hot.
The 49ers are an amazing team.
Stop them.
They scored pretty much 40 points last week.
Yeah.
So against a good Commanders defense with Chase Young.
Yep.
Yeah, he might not be like 200%, like fully in rhythm, but he's still out there. So I don't know. I didn't see the point in bringing back Wentz because like you benched him this whole year. What is starting him now going to do? I think if anything, it creates more like iffiness in the locker room. Like, yo, is that our guy or is that our guy? Like, who's better? Like now, like the part of the whole team is like doesn't know what to. They don't know what to feel. They don't know what to feel after
used to something else for most of the season.
I don't know. That's an outsider perspective, you know.
To some extent, you feel like you're doing Heineke wrong because like you've been rallying.
That's what I'm saying.
Rallying behind him like the whole
year.
Season.
The whole year.
And now you just go back to.
You're gonna bench him like.
How's he gonna feel?
All Wednesday is get one touchdown drive and then they got like still blown out after that. They got like
fucking fumble at the 11-yard line. It's not gonna talk about that.
Who?
Fucking Heineke. Oh no. Yeah, that was Heineke. Heineke has so many turnovers
on their 11-yard line.
Yeah, they got a field goal.
Yeah, he got hit by the 49ers D line, which is the best in the league, second best.
Oh yeah, but
like, how are you blaming Heineke for that?
I'm not, but like it pisses me off that he had it in his hand.
The motion like this. He wasn't even throwing yet. He literally just got blown up.
See,
he got blown up and fumbled the ball, which happens to every quarterback ever.
Emphasize every mistake.
And he threw one pick. He threw one pick.
I give you that. I feel bad because he's not a starting quarterback.
If any other starter in the league did that, they wouldn't get benched. That's my only thing. You wouldn't bench your QB for getting 2 turnovers because you believe they can overcome it.
Who did they put more money in? He's not the starter. We gotta understand.
If they put more money in him, then why hasn't he been starting this whole time?
Who?
Wentz.
Because he was hurt. His finger.
Bro, he's been healthy for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Heineke had a good streak going. You know.
I don't know. I don't understand.
But you got the Colts who got Nick Foles and Matt Ryan playing like shit.
I'm not surprised because it's a shit franchise, so they make shit decisions. Like they do this all the time.
Until we get rid of Dan Snyder.
Dan Snyder had nothing to do with Wentz.
It doesn't matter. It all comes from the higher ups.
You think? Actually, I don't know. I'm not gonna ask that. Who are taking this game?
I'm taking the Browns, bro.
Yeah, I might have to take the Browns.
I feel like season's over for Washington next week. Gonna get the Cowboys, get smacked by them by 20 points.
I think like 2 weeks ago, I probably would have taken the Commanders because I was like, yo, the Commanders are rolling. They're doing all this, doing all that.
After those 2 Giants games?
After the Giants game and then last week, I was like, they're pretty garbage. Like they had me fooled. They had me fooled for a couple weeks.
I knew the 49ers were gonna come out and smack them after.
We knew that.
When they were playing the Falcons, I mean,
but that fashion was kind of the way they did it was kind of like, damn, they suck.
I expected them to get at least one of the Giants game, at least to be like,
bro. Like you tied one, and then you had 2-3 weeks to prepare for the next one.
You lose by 8.
And you lose by a fucking flag on like a self-inflicted like mistake. So
a flag and a missed PI.
Oh, okay. Now it was missed PI.
Yeah, okay. Next time.
It was missed. It was both.
Welcome to my world.
This game.
Hey, man. Are you feel happy when that happens?
This game.
You think it's just
come
that
to terms.
Happens?
My shit happened in a fucking NFC Championship game. It didn't happen in fucking week 14.
Bro, you can't give it up. You can't let it just be those plays. You have to beat the refs.
You got to be better than the refs, bro. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at your fucking player for lining up offsides.
Make sure you pay the ref to tell you.
Be mad at Terry McLaurin for lining up offsides, bro. That's your fucking fault. Okay, I don't care. I don't care who. I don't care which ref pointed at what spot.
Professional receiver.
I'll blame the ref.
If you're a veteran receiver, you should know what
I'll
you're
blame
doing.
the ref.
Typical professional receiver.
Typical Washington fan over here.
Supposed to be able to line up.
The refs should do a better job.
The ref is not a babysitter.
All right.
Anyway,
let's move on to a real game. Yeah. Let's move on to a real game.
So two of the hottest teams.
We just talked about the Saints,
Bills,
the Commanders. Yes, you're right.
It was Saints and the Eagles. So at least one of them was a real team.
You're right.
What are you laughing
the Eagles,
at?
Right?
You have a tie this season.
Good. 500.
Yeah, no, you know the response. All right, so real teams: Bills versus the Bengals.
Bengals on a 7-game streak. Bills on a 6-game streak.
It's actually a really, really tough game. The Bills are only favored by 1.
As They should be. I feel like both are equal.
They're
right now.
playing at Cincinnati, and the Bills are here by one. It's kind of weird, right? Like you would expect the Bengals to be favored if they were playing at home, but the Bills are favored by one. It's not a huge like spread, but
But I feel like the Bills are better at this point.
I don't know, bro.
Like
I don't know because
they just have a little.
the
bit
Bengals have been
more.
just as hot.
I know.
Josh Allen has 4,000 yards.
Jamar Chase.
Joe Burrow has 4,200 yards. Allen has 32 touchdowns. Burrow has 34 touchdowns.
Allen has 13 interceptions. Burrows is 12. Burrows is
That's what I'm
doing
saying,
good.
bro. This shit is
Yeah, but the Bills are 12-3.
Bills offense is fourth in points scored, and the Bengals is sixth. So fourth and sixth is pretty close, and their defense is pretty similar to second and ninth in points allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty similar stats here. Like pass yards per game, the Bills are seventh, and the Bengals are fifth. So seventh and fifth again. They're mad close. Every stat, I could read out every stat if I wanted to here, but literally every single stat you look at, they're within 2 or 3 spots of each other. So very, very similar stats throughout the year. Good coaches, good quarterbacks, good receivers. You would say Bengals have better running backs,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. It's probably going to be the best game of the week, I think. It's a Monday night primetime game. It's going to be cold as fuck. Cincinnati at 8 o'clock. It's going to be brick.
Yeah.
No cap.
I say Bengals, yo.
I don't know why.
I was looking at the injury
I don't know
report,
why
like,
I'm leaning
seeing
towards
there's
Bengals,
They don't have
yeah.
that many injuries.
Nah.
Why are they not
The
I'll
Bill,
favored?
they both teams have a lot of injuries,
Mhm.
and like some of them are limited, so like they might just be not fully practicing. But both their injury reports are pretty long. They look like 10 players almost for both of them.
Yeah.
So it should be pretty even. It's not like one team's injured and one team's not.
No.
They haven't allowed other teams, like the Bills haven't allowed other teams to score that much on them except for the Dolphins in the past few weeks. They've been kind of better ever since they lost that game to the Vikings, the 33-30. I just feel like they're more solid. They're just bigger than the Bengals in almost every aspect. And I think the receivers for the Bills are just like a little bit better. I know.
I don't know.
I know the
Jamar Chase,
It's still
T. Higgins.
Jamar Chase has been killing this
Chase
season more than anybody.
Chase and Higgins
More than
versus
anybody.
Diggs and Davis. You could argue the Bengals are a little bit better
Yeah.
because Higgins, you could argue, is better than Gabriel Davis. Since like the fifth.
Gabriel Davis has only been injured.
Since
so
like
that's
the
why you
fifth
haven't
week of the
seen more
season, like
him.
you haven't heard Gabriel Davis' name.
Because he's been injured.
But I mean, not every game. He just hasn't been showing up
I
some
know,
games.
but he hasn't
hasn't
been
been-
the same.
he hasn't been
had
showing up.
He had an ankle injury and then he came
I
back
don't know.
from that.
I don't know.
But I
bro.
feel like he's been good ever since.
I don't know, son, because I haven't heard Davis's name as much since the beginning of the year.
And I feel like
He had those few like goal balls like in big games like against the
Yeah.
Chiefs or whatever it was, but then like since then he kind of fell off.
I feel like Allen's better too. He can rush better.
I don't know, bro.
I'm taking the Bills.
You think Allen like overall is better than Burrow?
I like Burrow's pocket awareness.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Allen-
I think Allen is the
just
better athlete.
bigger.
Allen is the better athlete,
Yeah.
but
He can do
Burrow might be the better decision maker.
For this season, I think Allen has been way better.
Baby Brady.
I
But
don't know, bro. Burrow has more yards and 2 more touchdowns.
Yeah, that's because Allen be rushing that ball like 24/7.
That's true.
And less interceptions.
More than Singletary probably.
I mean, that's true, but how many red zone interceptions does
Yeah,
Allen
that's
have
true.
this year? That's literally like the main thing this year is that Allen has done everything right, but then
Except
at the
in
end
the
of
red
games,
zone.
sometimes he
Giving
just
not giving
he
up,
just-
giving up the ball.
he
Just bad
gives up in like a
decisions.
bad way, and not even like like a tipped interception. Like he threw it like right to like the other team like
Yeah.
multiple times. I think it was 4 or 5 straight weeks. I don't remember what weeks it was, but 4 or 5 straight weeks of him throwing red zone interceptions. So
if they have
that's
a
my
cushion,
only.
though,
That's my
he'll
main
be
argument
okay.
as to like
Their
I
record
would
reflects
probably.
that. Like the games
Yeah.
you played, some of the games you're like, how they
If
lose
you
that?
didn't lose, if you didn't throw that red zone interception, they would have won a few of those games. One of them was against the Ravens.
I think so.
I
'Cause
can't remember.
They lost
It,
to the
it was like
Ravens.
2 big games that he did it against. I can't remember the other. It might have been the Vikings
Could have
too.
been Miami.
I think it was the Vikings too. Remember
Something
the
like that.
Vikings beat him? It
I
was
think
because
so, yeah,
Allen turned it
30,
over.
30 yeah.
And then I mean,
Yeah.
Allen is still amazing, but like just slight edge. I think slight edge Burrow this
Yeah.
season because Chase was out for a few weeks. Remember that? And
Yeah,
even when Chase was out, they were still top of the league in passing yards.
that's true.
Think about that. In that stretch when Chase wasn't there, they were
Still
still.
got Higgins.
That's what I'm saying. They were balling. Higgins could be a number 1 on some teams. So I'm gonna take the Bengals. They got home field advantage. They both know how to play in cold weather, so it's gonna be, that won't be a huge problem unless it snows or rains like crazy.
That's gonna make a big difference.
Yeah, that would help the Bengals because they have a better running game.
Somewhat.
The Bills don't have much of a running
Allen
game
can
besides
run it, though.
Allen. He's not gonna run
Allen
every
can
play.
run.
The Bengals have two good backs, so if it rains, that'll help them. But I'll take Bengals by 3. I think it'll be a close ass game. Then
I think it's gonna be a high score.
Somehow-
probably.
basically it'll be which quarterback is gonna mess up,
Yeah.
which quarterback is gonna have the turnover, and then they'll probably capitalize off that other team. So I'll
Yeah.
take Bengals by 3.
Yeah. I think if the Bills got the cushion, I think it's more likely to win. If they get like a touchdown cushion like early on, I think
They're good
be
at
able
holding
to-
leads. Bengals are
Yeah.
definitely good at holding leads. And they we saw them go 17-0 down
Yeah.
against the Bucks, and they came back like it was nothing. Like every drive, like you didn't see any body language to where they were
Yeah.
like walking around like, oh
Right.
bro, like what are we doing? Like we're down. Like they came out like 4
Yeah.
drives in a row, scored every single time, and
That's
that was
what-
against Tom Brady.
Brady can do that too.
That's from, I mean, maybe like a few years ago, but yeah. Bengals by 3.
Yeah, I'm taking
Bills? You taking Bills?
Yeah. Maybe by a touchdown.
You said Bengals?
It's gonna be high
Bengals.
scoring though. I feel like it's gonna go into like maybe
30s?
30s, like something like that.
I hope it does because we
20s,
saw some
30s.
boring ass games this
Yeah.
past week that were like pretty slow.
Just like they did with the Chiefs. With the Chiefs, they won like 20
Yeah.
20-pointer games. Dodge?
He said
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals. Oh, okay.
I said, bro.
Okay. He said, "Bro, damn."
You guys want to do his last game?
Joe Shiesty, Seahawks, Jets.
You guys want to do his last game or not? It's pretty like, it's a battle of the mid. It's like, they're not terrible teams. They're not,
Zach Wilson versus
you
Gino.
know, they're not like proper, like,
They have
you know,
star players, but like the teams are
the teams are,
decent. Yeah.
they're like average.
Average,
They're literally
yeah.
average.
So Zach Wilson.
Battle of the
All right,
mids.
we'll do it real
Is that-
quick.
is that Zach
Mid-bowl.
Wilson-
Just-
Zach
just-
Wilson's the start now?
Jets versus Seahawks, if you guys were wondering who that
Yeah.
was. Let's do it real quick.
Yeah.
What do we think here? Both teams are 7-8.
Probably Seahawks.
They're playing at Seahawks.
Is Metcalf and Lockett playing this week? I know one of them wasn't playing.
I think
last week or something
Lockett
like
is out. Lockett might be out.
that. I think
It's
he was out
questionable.
last week.
Metcalf is not on the injury report, so
Sauce is gonna guard him. That's what I'm trying to see.
Sauce
I think that's the most.
Sauce is gonna guard him because he's not on the injury report.
I think that's the most interesting thing.
Sauce
to
versus
see-
DK?
Yeah,
That's
to
crazy.
see out this game.
I mean, DK, bro, like he gets locked up more than
Yeah.
people realize. Like a lot of people
no,
like have
that's
gone
true.
against DK, and DK's gone pretty quiet. So
that's true.
I think Sauce has a great chance to lock him down. It's not like Gino. I mean, Gino's good for what Gino is, but fuck, this is actually a tough game to choose. They're playing at Seahawks, and the Jets are favored by 2.
That's actually
Because
just 'cause of
their
defense.
defense is
Their
nice. Their
defense
defense is
wild.
nice.
I mean,
so-
it's definitely not because of Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
These-
their defense can
these-
perform.
these
These teams can't
teams-
put up points.
These two teams have only matched up 5 times since 2004,
That's actually
and out of the last 5 times, Seahawks have won 4 of them.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it's true.
Now it's
The
Geno
last
Smith.
time these teams played, it was 40-3 in 2020. In
Damn.
2020, though, in 2020,
That's not that far back.
2 years ago they had a proper Russell Wilson,
Yeah,
and the Jets were terrible 2 years ago. So,
worse than now. Probably their defense was.
bro, they were terrible.
Terrible,
Nah,
too.
the Jets are actually solid now. Not amazing, but
They just
solid.
need a little bit better on offense. That's all.
I'm gonna take Jets.
That's crazy.
I don't know why I'm gonna take the Jets.
I want Seahawks. I don't know why.
Seahawks.
I want to
taking
see.
Seahawks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be close though. Like Sauce Gardner would probably lock up Metcalf, and I've seen a
That's
few.
fine, but
I've seen a few videos of him getting locked up and getting.
If they don't
upset
have
and mad.
Metcalf, then
Yeah.
what's the Seahawks offense? Just give it to Kenneth Walker and see
That's
what he
it.
does. Like that's fine with me. I have him on fantasy, bro. Go ahead, give it to Kenneth Walker all you want. But
I lost my fantasy because of fucking Akers. He had to put up 3 touchdowns that last fucking week.
that's wild. Yeah, fantasy week was wild. But I'm definitely gonna take the Jets.
Yeah, no, I'm taking Seahawks. I feel like
Easy?
Metcalf's gonna go off. Nah, I don't think it's gonna be easy though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a gritty game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be a great
It's gonna
game.
be like 17, 16,
something like-
17,
some
14,
shit like that. It's
some
gonna be
dirty shit.
Dirty
But
as hell.
yeah,
Yeah.
wraps it up for NFL. I think.
Week
Cool,
17.
cool.
All right.
17.
Yeah. Moving on from the NFL and getting to some NBA, we saw the Nets rise to the 3rd spot above
Yes,
the
sir.
76ers. And
They've been on the
above
4th.
Joel
Congratulations.
Embiid. Thank you. 3rd.
Fucking-
And we also saw a phenomenal game from Luka Magic last night.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
50,
Generational game, bro.
What is it? 50, 20, 10?
Nah, 60.
60, sorry.
60, 21, and 10. I could be wrong. Maybe 60, 21, and 11, maybe something
21.
like that.
It's 21-10.
Bro, I was watching it live, and he had like 40, 50, and we were just like he's not even like breaking a sweat. Like he's still like, he's playing at his own pace.
Yeah.
No one is speeding him up. He never looks rushed. He never looks like he's panicking. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a player play like the way he plays.
Or his on purpose missed free throw, making that shot. That's insane.
Like
it's somehow balanced.
It's so hard to do that.
He jumped, got the rebound, and shot it in less than a second. Yeah. And this is a player who plays insanely slow.
Before watching the game, something just made me say, he's gonna drop 60.
Yeah, okay.
Insane.
When he was at 50, I was like, I told you.
And at 50 was impossible because it went to OT and shit.
LeBron knew it.
Insane how you gimmick the GOAT. It's funny.
I don't know. I don't know what GOAT you talking about.
Luka is leading he's leading the entire league in total points. He has like 1,000+ points. He's leading the league in field goals. He's leading the league in field goal attempts.
Unless something happens to him, his MVP.
I think he might win MVP, bro.
It's secure at this point.
But
it's a crazy race.
The only thing that like might like push him down in the rankings is just because the Mavericks are sixth.
Yeah,
that's the only reason. Otherwise, he has as good a case as anybody else in the league. Except the only person you could argue who might be having like a better like season overall is maybe Jokic. Maybe
number one in the West.
Because he's the number one in the West.
He already got it. He already got it.
Got 2 back-to-back.
Yeah,
and
he already got it.
And if you look at his numbers, he's playing as good, if not better, than those past 2 years. And now the number 1 seed.
They're number 21 and 11.
Before this year, like they were not the 1 seed when he was winning the MVPs.
But no, they're not getting it for 3 times in a row.
Bro, you don't know that.
I doubt
if he plays at this pace the entire year, and let's say Luka falls off a little bit, or the Mavs fall off, like let's say the Bucks fall off a little bit. Giannis' numbers has not been amazing these past few weeks. Why not? Like why Jokic? Why wouldn't Jokic win it?
Other than maybe
Jason Tatum. Other than them saying like we don't want to give it to the same guy 3 times. Which
is possible.
I know, but I'm saying like besides that, there's not much of an argument against him.
I think the only
Tatum,
Tatum. That'll be the only guy on the East.
Tatum, number one team in the entire league, 25-10. He's been the star guy for most of the games. There's been some games where he's had slow, but
that's gonna happen.
You're not going to be the best player every single night. It's hard to do that. It's hard.
It even happened to him in the playoffs where he was like,
you have
some games he spiked off, and then
Brown
will pick up, and the rest of the squad. I'm telling you, for majority of this season, they have been playing like perfect basketball, like as a unit together, being led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown whenever they need to.
I don't know how they lost to the Magic twice, but besides that, like they've pretty much been dominating every single team in the league.
3-game streak right now. Home 14-5, away 11-5.
The Nets in their 9 or 10 game winning streak, their only loss was against the Celtics.
Yeah,
the Celtics are the real deal still.
That's true.
Like people might have thought they were going to fall off after that finals run, but they look like they came back even stronger.
That's on a 9-game winning streak though.
9.
Yeah, let's talk about the Nets. Let's talk about the Nets real quick. Let's stop on the Nets. Just take a break.
KD,
KD,
and Simmons finally. They are.
KD looks amazing. KD looks great.
The way the Nets are going, KD should be in the MVP conversation.
I see that.
I don't see why not, because he was putting up these same numbers, if not more, 30 or 30 plus on the most like crazy efficiency, like 50-60%, and then 36-5 is super.
36-5
for a team that's now in the 3rd seed. He's in the MVP conversation. 5 weeks ago, he was not. Obviously, they were like the 12th seed, but in my eyes, it's Tatum, number 1 right now in the rankings for like MVP. Tatum, Luka, Jokic, KD.
Tatum, Luka, Jokic, KD.
Just because Luka that 60-point triple-double, that pushed him just a little bit over Jokic for right now. But those are my top 4 right now. Like I bet you that's not what the ranking is for Vegas. They probably have Giannis like top 3 still. I wouldn't give it to Giannis. I've seen a lot of games this year where Giannis is playing way below his standards.
I mean, he's just quick and big at this point.
Like we know what Giannis is, but what game were they playing? They're playing against the.
Well, they lost to the Nets and they lost to the Cavs.
The Cavs against the Cavs. He wasn't doing jack shit. He wasn't doing jack shit. Like his stats were terrible. Against the Nets, he only had 26. And going into the Nets game, if you went on social media anywhere, people saying Giannis gonna have 40 tonight. He's gonna have 50 tonight. He's gonna eat the Nets. He's gonna eat the Nets.
I don't think that he's that.
He had 26.
He's dominant in the paint. Like he's not gonna be scoring that high numbers. And
But
they got smacked by the
this year,
Grizzlies.
it looks like
142.
It looks like people are not figuring out, but they're slowing down his paint attack.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing that they did 3 years ago in the playoffs. You build a wall.
That's it.
If you have big players who are smart and like they know not to foul, like
Yeah.
you know, in most situations, then Giannis is not going to drop 50 points like that.
That's it.
So
And
unless
he's not a
unless
good shooter,
unless his mid
also.
range is falling like in an insane
which
clip,
it's not.
and his three is falling, then he's
It's
not
not.
he's not going to do that.
It's
But
usually not.
I think it was against the Cavs that. Oh shit, bro! It was against the Celtics. Remember Tatum dunked on Giannis.
Yeah.
Tatum dunked on Giannis. I was like, wow, that's wild. And then
That's a
the
statement.
the
though.
possession before that, Giannis airballed a
Yeah.
three. He gets dunked on and then comes down the court again and
does the same thing.
airballs another three. I was like,
It's just
there goes
getting
there goes
emotional at
there
this
goes
point.
Giannis' MVP case right there against the best team in the league against the other MVP candidate.
yeah.
2 airballs and he got dunked on, and Tatum had like the best game.
That's playing emotional at that point. Like,
Yeah,
that's
he's
just
trying
getting
to get
hurt.
his get back right away. Like
Yeah,
you're not
which is what he does most of the time. He just running to one side and then bolting down and then like hoping to get a pass and just dunks it in. And if he does get locked up in the paint, then he's kicking it out to like.
he's just
I
gonna
don't
kick
know,
out. Yeah, like he's a good
Middleton or-
passer and all that, but
but
unless
not as good as Jokic.
unless he's
Not
shooting
passing
unless he's
Jokic,
shooting like really efficiently, then
which he's not.
I don't
He's
see him
usually
winning
not.
MVP again.
I don't think so.
So I don't think he should be in the conversation.
No,
but
definitely.
I'm
not.
sure all
those three are.
I'm sure
I
all
think, the
Vegas,
most.
all the sports books will have him still there,
Yeah.
top 3, top 4. But
Yeah, I know Dodge has.
I don't know, bro.
Joel.
Let's
Joel should be one.
why
Other than where the team is, he should be one. What is
Why
he
should
not?
he
What
be
is he
one?
doing wrong?
he's hasn't played enough games compared to other guys.
He got
Like he
injured.
has like
25.
Injury.
in terms of like the like what's it called? I don't know, not deadline, but the
Cutoff?
necessary amount. Like I'm sure he's played enough games, but all the other MVP candidates have probably played more games and they're averaging the same, if not better stats. And their records are better. The team records are better.
Yeah, but Joel's number one in points. He's in playing. Bro, the way he's playing is insane.
Points per
And that's-
game?
Yeah,
Look at that, points per game because
Yeah.
he's played less games.
I gotta look at how many points he has.
That's
Total.
given.
No,
Definitely not. Definitely not more.
Luka
than
has the most points in the league. I just peeped that. Like
Luka is
total,
playing
like total
insane.
points in the league, he has all that.
KD
That-
getting MVP.
I have it right here. Like in total points, like scored, Luka 1, Tatum 2, and KD 3,
yeah.
SGA 4. I don't know how. Points
He's
But
been-
Points-
SGA is averaging 30.
points per game. Embiid first, Luka second, SGA third, and Giannis fourth.
SGA is big dog. in
SGA
the
is
West.
tweaking. SGA is tweaking.
He's big dog in the West. better than
Let's
the
see. Let's
Lakers.
see what else is on here that we could use against Embiid. I don't see him in. I don't see him in total rebounds. He's not even top 5. Which
He's,
doesn't make-
he's at 9. He has 9.7.
total
He's
rebounds.
15th,
Total
yeah.
rebounds. It makes no sense to me how he's not there. Rebounds per game, he's still not there in top 5. Offensive rebounds, he's not there. Defensive rebounds, he's not there. Assists, he's not there. Steals, he's not there. Blocks, he's not there. You know who's second in the league in blocks? Nick Claxton.
Claxton is playing out of his mind. Giannis up or something.
Blocks per game, Claxton is still second. I don't see Embiid
I
on
think
there.
he was someone last year.
Nick
But the way
Claxton
he's
is
playing-
number 1 in the league in field goal percentage.
Imagine.
Field goal percentage, Claxton is number 1. I don't
That's what we
see Embiid there. I don't know how Grayson Allen is number 1 in free throw percentage. That's kind of wild. But yeah,
I haven't taken many.
Embiid's been playing really, really good. He
Embiid's
got
playing
50 points
insane.
yesterday. 50
Yeah.
points against the Wizards.
Yeah.
The Wizards Sixers game was last night.
Yeah.
I think he dropped 50, like 10 and 10, probably something like that.
The thing is, when he drops, and I'm not the only
When-
thing
when he
I'm
scores
going
like
against
that,
him there now.
the
But when
Sixers don't really win like
the
that.
rest of the team doesn't score.
They don't get touches.
And they have they
every
have
time,
depth, apparently.
every time they're losing against like a team, there's no one like except Embiid saying like,
Yeah.
like give me the ball. Like Harden is passing more than I've ever seen in my life pass.
He got
Harden-
27.
Harden is
Like,
literally turning into Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Literally every single game I see him, I'm like, yo, Harden, you are the second best player on the team. You should not
yeah.
be. You should not be deferring to these other like
Yeah.
bums as much as he is.
But then again,
But if he doesn't,
Every time
if
he's
he
open,
doesn't, then
bro, like 2 years ago, Harden would have taken that 3. Like he's wide open, staring at the rim. No, he's like the defender is like 5 feet out.
yeah.
He'll look at the rim and then just just pass the next guy. Like, yeah, bro, you can pass it every time if you wanted to, but you're James Harden.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Your team is not going to
But
win unless James Harden is
when he does
the
that,
second
it's the
best
same
player.
thing as Embiid. Embiid's points go down.
I don't think that's true.
Embiid's points go down, and then the
I
rest of the starters don't score, and the bench doesn't score.
Bro,
They have to get the touches.
Harden is averaging way too many passes this season. He defers too much.
That's all they can do. I mean, if you look at the stats from last night's game, Joel had 48, James has 26, Tobias has 15, and the rest of the team all have under fucking 9 points.
Yeah. How does that? How did Harden's passing help that? How did Harden's passing help that?
15 points in 39 minutes for Tobias Harris.
How many assists Harden have? 12?
He has 13.
I'm
pretty sure it's all to
I'm telling you, he's literally he literally turned into Steve Nash.
Yeah.
He turned into a pass
But
first.
26 points is not.
You can be an amazing facilitator, but you don't have to be like that. Bro. You don't have to be like it. I don't want to say he's scared, but it looks like he's scared.
So basically, at this point, the Sixers' game plan is give it to Harden. Harden gives it to Embiid, and it's just them two.
Yeah.
Because you have Milton sitting for 35 minutes on the court and only scoring 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
Niang,
and Tobias Harris doesn't get the necessary shots.
Niang has been playing better than last game. Not as good, but he's been playing better.
28 points for 3 points.
You can't rely on Niang, bro. That's my thing. You can't rely on Niang.
So we need more,
more
dedicated
diverse
shooters on our fucking bench.
That's not.
I just wanted to put these stats out there, and so we can move on from the Nets after this last the Nets this season are number 1 in the league in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, blocks per game. They're top 5 offense, a top 5 defense, and the Nets rank dead last in the NBA in fouls drawn per game.
After all that drama from last season.
So literally, they are not getting the refs' help. They have the least fouls called per game, and they're still averaging amazing defensive numbers and offensive numbers.
Offense is very expected. Come on, defense, KD, Kyrie, and fucking Ben Simmons.
Okay, but it wasn't
defense. I'm surprised
it wasn't clicking like that under Steve Nash.
Steve Nash he's a player.
Terrible coach.
Terrible coach. I don't think they respected him just overall as a coach. I don't think he got that much respect.
Yeah, if the coach doesn't have the respect of all the players, and if he doesn't
I don't think he's able to even get them together on the same page and control players like Kyrie or KD or Simmons.
Even KD said it numerous times. He was like, Nash was like, he was focusing on the wrong things in practice.
Yeah.
He was making us do all these like high energy shoot arounds and practices, but like that doesn't help you in any way, like on the actual like floor of an NBA game. So whatever Vaughn is doing, like I know he's a good personality, we know all that, but whatever he's doing like basketball wise,
definitely
is working tenfold.
I feel like Nash is running his own practices.
I don't know what Nash was doing. I don't know what Nash was doing. That doesn't make any sense to me. But
definitely no. You can't have him.
That was my last little rant about the Nets. We can move out to the West real quick. We talked about the East a little bit. Bucks, Sixers, Nets.
Yeah.
Cavs are good.
Yeah.
Cavs are
solid team.
But I still don't think they're a contender. But I think they're solid. Definitely solid. So let's talk about the Lakers.
Here we go. That's exactly what I was about to talk about.
Let's talk about the Lakers.
It's looking like they're not making it.
What, a 13th?
Yep. Right under the Thunder.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Right under Timberwolves, Warriors, Jazz, Blazers, Kings, Mavericks, Suns, Clippers.
They're 8.5 games back from the first seed.
Yep. Which is
like,
if they have a,
but their 80s hurt again, which is the storyline every season,
every week,
every other month. It's like 80's out for this amount of time. What are the Lakers gonna do now? Like, how many times have you heard this headline in the past few years?
Every time.
LeBron and Westbrook are not gonna win shit with this roster.
They have like a 3-4.
LeBron and Westbrook 2-3 years ago maybe, but LeBron and Westbrook MVP to this day they still could be doing something with this team if the roster was a little bit better, if they had a little bit more shooters.
Now Westbrook
they can both distribute, but now he's injured.
How is
a 37, 38-year-old LeBron LeBron's been wilding.
It's a Cavs LeBron.
LeBron's been scoring 30.
It's legit LeBron on the Cavs.
He's been scoring 30+ points every single game.
That's it.
And no one else is helping.
Yeah, the last time he scored 38 against the Mavericks.
Guess
who's right behind him is Walker with 9 points.
9 points is insane, bro. How? I don't know. I just think Jeannie Buss should sell the team. The Buss family should sell the whole franchise.
Yeah.
They're statistically, they're now the poorest owners in the league. The Buss family. Think about that, because the Suns acquisition, the guy who bought the Suns, it literally pushed Jeannie Buss like they're like the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
If you're owning the most popular team in the league, the most popular team in the world, pretty much.
You gotta have. The
How are
funds.
you building such a shit team? You don't have the funds. The reason they don't want to give up those draft picks is because they don't have the funds, or they don't want to use the funds, or they don't want to hit the luxury tax. They don't want to pay all these fees.
Yeah.
You can't be the owner of an LA team. You can't. You literally can't. Look what the Clippers are doing. They're going all in every single year.
Yeah.
The Nets are going all in. The Warriors are going all in. They're paying this. The Warriors have the highest payroll in the entire league. I mean, look what they got out of it. 4 or 5 rings, right?
Yeah, they
Bro.
cashed in on that.
And in the past 11 years, if you look at the Lakers' records and you take out the bubble year,
Here we go.
because that was a great year, but
Yeah.
it was
different.
in a pandemic.
It was
It's in a
different.
pandemic.
It was
You can't
different.
argue against it. You take out the bubble year, the Lakers have been a poverty team for like 10 years.
Yep.
With Jeannie Buss as the owner. So pretty
agree
much
with
since
that.
her dad stopped owning the team, right? I think because he passed away, right?
Yeah.
And then what has Jeannie Buss done? She hasn't shown anything like that means she should still be the owner. So until Buss is still there, I don't see how the Lakers can come back from this. They don't want to make
not.
trades. They don't want to make big splash moves. They're scared. They're scared because of the Westbrook trade.
Apparently, according to, I don't know where I read it, but they didn't want to give up or make any moves or give up any assets right now to make the team better right now. That's their plan. I don't
They're
know
throwing
how's
away.
that gonna work.
They basically threw away LeBron's last 3 years.
Yeah,
You basically threw him away.
And he's still putting up like 38 goals, which could have been
if
way better
LeBron was on
a different
any
team.
good team, they'd be a contender.
Yeah.
Because he still could be the number 1, number 2 player on a
even
championship
on
team.
a team like the Blazers,
Bro, he
with,
could
with
be-
Damian
He
Lillard.
could be on any team that's like a solid team, and they could be a
I don't
contender.
think there's one team in the league who would not bring on LeBron.
Yeah, none. Like everybody would be like, pull up, bro. Like you're still good.
can
You
go to
still have the
Miami.
name.
Low-key,
to
you should have
Miami.
went back to Miami, back
Villain
to South
days.
Beach.
It's not gonna happen.
Low-key, but
You should go back to the Cavs though, low key. Nah, it's kidding. Yeah.
One of the Cavs, that'd be insane.
He's not going anywhere unless Bronny's on that team. That's probably what's gonna happen.
he did
Bronny
stay.
and
He wanted to.
Well, the Cavs aren't gonna have a high enough pick to pick Bronny probably.
Damn.
What, 2 more years till Bronny's in the league, or 1 more year?
2, 3.
Nah, not 3. 1 or 2.
He can come out. He can come out of high school, can
I don't think they changed that rule yet.
he? He said
They're trying to change the rule. They're trying to change
He
the
said
rule.
he's
They're
not.
not-
He's
I thought
gonna
it
be a
was-
Buckeye, bro.
I don't think they changed it. Like they're going to change it.
He's gonna be a Buckeye.
I don't know. I don't know about all that, but
But he's
basically
did
the
say
Lakers
he
suck.
wanna-
The
he-
Lakers suck.
He want to retire at the Lakers, so
he's just saying that, man. Everybody says that.
Yeah, he
Like
just be
Harden
lying.
said that about the Rockets. You want to retire at the Rockets.
LeBron just be lying.
I'm sure KD said that about the Thunder, and I'm sure Messi said that about Barcelona too. Ronaldo said that about Madrid.
Hey.
They want to retire here.
Messi did cry though.
Nothing-
Messi cried like a child.
It's not.
Conditions
It's
are
not.
different.
It's
Hey,
not. It's
that's
not
true
always.
passion.
They just say it just because it's the right thing. It's the right thing to say, but it doesn't always work out like that. Let's talk about the other teams in the West.
Here we go.
Top 3: the Nuggets, Pelicans, and the Grizzlies. Right now,
Pelicans kind of not expected.
the Pelicans are a really good basketball team.
Yeah, for
and Zion and Ingram have been hurt
They have
for
a great
majority
squad.
of the year. Like Ingram has, I don't think Ingram's played majority of the games, and then now Zion is hurt, so maybe we'll see him slip up a little bit.
They're bad at away games. They're really bad at away games. But at home, they're
They're a
good.
young team. They're a young team.
Yeah, they're 7
14 or
up
4
there,
at home.
7-8 away and 14-4 at home. So it's a little bit. That's
The
a little
thing is,
concerning.
when they're fully healthy, you know how hard it is to guard Zion. First of
No,
all, no one in the league can guard him
In the
one on one,
paint.
like one on
It's
one,
definitely not.
right? That's Zion, and then who's gonna guard Ingram? Basically 7 foot. He's like,
Yeah.
he's like little KD, right?
Little
Not
KD.
not as crazy.
Little KD. That was
You have those two right there. So okay, 2 mismatches, and then your third star, and on some days he could be your second, is CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
You know how hard of a big 3 that is to guard because they're all shifty, and they all are better at like different things than the other. So it's not like they're one dimensional team. He's good in the paint. Zion's good in the paint. Ingram's good in the mid range,
Yeah.
and
McCollum.
CJ's good in the mid range and the 3.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, and
three,
so
yeah.
is Ingram. But like, they're literally like an unstoppable big 3 when
That's
they're playing.
That's a good ass big 3.
It's an insane big 3, and like
especially
they haven't
on the
been
West.
They haven't been healthy most of the year, like all of them together, and they're still a second seed in the West.
Yeah. I feel like they're gonna click up even more with like a little bit more games and they get to know each other.
You guys think?
But right now they're doing great.
You guys think they're fully healthy? They're a contender or not? Or not yet?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like
For the
like
pla-
to win it all? No, to win it all.
No,
Uh,
I feel like they still need.
Like if they're fully healthy, you guys think so or not?
no, I feel like
in the West, they would have. I think them being in the West kind of.
But how many teams are better than them when they're fully healthy?
That's what I'm saying.
Nuggets,
In the West, it's going to be a little
Grizzlies.
bit of an easier
You think the
route.
Nuggets fully healthy could beat the Pelicans fully healthy? I don't know.
Yeah, they
Who's guarding Zion?
they
Jeff Green?
can
Oh,
put
actually, Aaron Gordon might,
I was
but
like,
he's not.
Aaron
He's still
Gordon
not
is
going to be
big.
able to guard him. Who's
Yeah, I
gonna
think
Who's
he
gonna
can.
guard Ingram?
I think he can.
If Michael
Who do they
Porter
have?
Jr. comes back, maybe, but he's injured.
They have a good shooting guard.
And then-
forgot who's
and then
who the
CJ
shooting guard is.
Who's gonna guard him? Who's gonna guard CJ? Bones Highland? Oh,
Yeah, they got
Jamal
perimeter
Murray. Like
shooting,
Jamal Murray is small.
Mid-range and the paint. They can score from
I
any.
don't know, I-
any
Your
I
boy
could-
Bruce Brown can guard him,
He could try.
or even
He could try.
I
Bruce
forgot
Brown is
about
good. Bruce Brown's good.
Kentavious.
Nah. I could be hyping up the Pelicans a little too much,
A
but
little bit.
I feel like if they're healthy, there's not many teams that could fuck with them. Like maybe the Celtics and the Bucks and the Nets.
Yeah, but I feel like the Nuggets have
I
a
just
good
feel like-
roster to go
I
up
just feel
against them.
Yeah, the Nuggets might be
Yeah.
one of the few teams that could, just because they have a lot of bodies,
Yeah,
a lot of bodies.
the
but,
Grizzlies. Grizzlies, come on.
Who
Grizzlies
the,
haven't been.
who in the Grizzlies can guard Zion?
What's his name?
Jaren Jackson? Nah.
No, not
too
not
skinny.
Steve.
Steven Adams?
What's that? Desmond Bain.
Who?
Desmond Bain.
Guarding Zion?
Yeah.
I don't know. That
Bro,
one's
Bane is like a shooting
more
guard, bro.
explosive.
Still, I feel like you can trap him down.
Nah, I don't think so. But
Definitely not.
we can talk about the Grizzlies.
But the thing
Grizzlies
is,
are
the
okay.
Grizzlies can score a lot. Also, like it's
But-
not even about
but
defense.
recently they've been-
against the Bucks. They put up 142.
But recently
points.
they've been falling apart.
a little bit.
Hey, I have this quote.
Didn't John Moran get
I
injured
have
though
this
too?
quote from Dylan Brooks right here.
John Moran's been
Dylan
getting
Brooks
injured.
said this, responding to the Grizzlies' talkative identity.
Mm.
I feel like this season, when we get talked back to, we just freeze up.
Mm.
That's what Brooks said.
Like-
he said that.
Like as in on the
He said
court?
when people talk back to us, we freeze up, because they talk a lot of shit, right? They're dancing everywhere. They're hype. But as soon as people do it right back, they get
That's-
shook up.
That's what happened on Christmas. Draymond talked to Ja and look what happened.
I forgot who was playing yesterday. Oh, the Suns. They played the Suns and they pretty much got blown out.
Yeah.
And first half, Ja went 1 for 8. And
If
I don't know
Ja
if
can't get it going.
it was the same game or game before that. Bane went like 1 for 7, 0 for 7.
See,
And there's still a third seed. There's still a third seed in the West, but
I feel like you can fuck with
I
them
feel like they-
mentally
I feel like
just
the-
because of how young they are. I feel like
it
you can
does.
mess
Yeah,
with them mentally.
you can.
But then
Because they're mad cocky, and when they're cocky
Yeah.
and they're playing well, they're hard to
Yeah.
beat. But then as soon as they get a little bit into
If-
trouble, like they're missing some shots,
yeah,
they lose confidence.
you can take out all of that from them once you start talking shit and
They
they're
lose
down.
confidence
they
for sure.
can if they're playing bad, then they're down. But if they're playing good, like I said, they're able to put up 148 points against a team like the Bucks
Yeah,
with Giannis on.
it's true.
So
They're capable of that, but can they do that on a consistent basis? Like
that's
you know,
what I don't think.
I think if both teams were fully healthy, the Pelicans and the Grizzlies, I think the Pelicans would have a better shot going all the way. I feel like they're built better. They're built as a team better. The Grizzlies can score a lot, but
I can see that.
they can't defend like
Actually,
the
they're-
top tier talent as
they're-
well. I
they're-
feel like that's
they're-
just my opinion.
Yeah,
Maybe
never mind. I'm just looking at the away and home winning. They're almost as bad as the Pelicans away.
yeah.
They're 7-10 on away games, 13-3 at home. So it's it's almost about the same thing, and that just shows like away games really affect these teams a lot, for like these young teams especially.
All right, and
We got the fucking
anything
Warriors.
else you want to touch on? I was just gonna say we'll talk about Wizards for like 30 seconds because your
Yeah.
boy T Rain is not here.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out T Rain. He'll be joining us next episode, I believe. You know, he's
They're terrible.
just can't make it right now. You know, he has some stuff to do with. So the Wizards are 12th
12th.
in the East. I feel like a few weeks ago they were like 10th, like 8th. They were 8th
on a
even.
roll and no,
They're
wasn't
playing pretty good.
It's
I'm
like every
surprised that
game they're
losing.
in every single
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
But it's like the second half, like fourth quarterish, like they start like falling apart, like situationally.
They're as bad as the Lakers at this point.
You think so?
Yeah,
Like,
they
there's
have the same
they're-
record.
they're-
They either play really good.
I think
or
they're-
they'll
sometimes
play
they're good,
I
bad.
think
sometimes
they're
they're bad.
better than the Lakers, but they're
They're
just
the fourth.
playing. They're just playing bad.
Yeah.
Like team wise, they're definitely better.
Also, the East is harder. Actually, never mind.
No, the
The
East
East
is
is way harder.
the East has a lot of talent,
More talent. Yeah.
a lot of talent. But
Celtics, Bucks, Nets, Cavs.
Cavs,
Sixers, Knicks, Pacers,
They all got so much
Heat.
talent.
the Heat are like 17-17, and they haven't like really hit their stride yet. Like
Toronto have been playing great too.
the Bulls are pretty shit. Like the Bulls might blow it up after this year, but yeah, the Wizards, bro, like this was their year to make the playoffs, because
They're not
the bottom end of like the East seeds, or like
maybe
you could,
maybe. I think they can battle it out with like a team like the
I don't know.
Hawks or the Heat.
because if Porzingis and Beal are firing, they're hard to
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
They're definitely hard to stop. But the thing is that
Even Kuzma.
I feel like
Kuzma's been
yeah,
pretty good.
and Kuzma, and Kuzma. So I feel like they haven't gotten all 2 or 3 of them to go off in the
Yeah.
same game enough. It's always one of them going off,
That's
No.
that's
and
the most they
that's
can
not
do.
how you. That's not really how you win.
No,
You need
it's not.
everybody to be
You need
contributing a lot.
You
so.
need to be like a unit again, like the Celtics. The way the Celtics play is just a perfect team.
exactly like a
basketball.
unit. Yeah.
So
I don't think the Wizards head
Yeah.
coach is it. I think T Rain said that before. I think he was like,
yeah,
the coach just doesn't have what it takes to
Mm-hmm.
be a top,
to
top
make him
coach.
play like a unit. Also, you have someone like what's his name, Kyle Kuzma coming out. Is like, oh, run the ball through me, blah blah blah, like type shit like that. It's just I don't think stuff like that.
They could
helps.
scheme up a lot better things for Beal and Porzingis. I feel like a lot of the stuff is just like take the ball and go,
Yeah.
see what you can do. It's like what Steve Nash is doing with the Nets. It's like go out there and
run
play.
Have
ones,
fun.
run ones.
It doesn't look like very
run the ones.
it's very together. So
It's not,
that's all I'm
even,
gonna say.
it's not a team basketball type of thing, but
Yeah, I don't have much else to say.
yeah, I think we should end it on a home team.
Yeah.
Home team discussions. Shout out DC. You know what I'm saying.
DMV.
Any last messages to your teams? Saints, Nets.
Yo, fucking
76ers.
PJ Tucker, please.
We
Just
said
retire.
We said
No.
this.
Jesus.
We said this in the beginning of the year when you were like,
Yeah.
"We got Tucker now, bro. We're valid." Harden got his teammate back, his corner shooter back. I was like, he's 36, bro. How good could he be?
I'm
But
sorry. The best thing about him is his shoe game.
You just,
yeah, literally, that's been the best thing about him for like
Yeah.
5 years.
And you just stand in the
He's a
corner.
very mid. He's a hustle. He's a hustle merchant.
He's a champion. You can't say anything.
He's a taller Patrick Beverly.
He should have
He's a
retired.
taller Patrick Beverly with a good corner shot. That's all he
should have
was.
retired after that championship run with the Bucks.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah.
Then he went to the
Honestly,
Heat. Nothing
yeah.
happened. Nothing happened there. And then now he's on the Sixers.
He balled on the Heat. He's a good defensive player.
Now what?
That's about it.
Now he should.
Now he's mids.
Now y'all got him
Yeah.
at mids level. This is what Harden gave up his salary for. But anyway.
You enjoy PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next
I
week.
I hope
Yeah.
the Nets get broken up. Just all of them. KD
It's
leaves.
not happening.
Kyrie retires from the game of basketball to follow
You
meditating in the
cut
mountains.
Yeah. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, if you want to let us know what you think about it, you can always leave a review on Apple Podcasts or YouTube. We're available on all streaming platforms. If you want to stay up to date on when episodes drop or anything sports related, you can always follow us on any social media platform at Check the Stat 5. I'm Hamza along with Harry and Taj. Check the stats.
Peace.
We out.